This session we're going to start with listening section. We have some listening and answer. Of course, this part is related to the last part that we started, the reading that we started. Now we're going to listen to the audio and answer some questions. Then we will learn some new vocabulary and grammar. And of course, we keep going with the rest of our lessons. So first of all, let me share the screen so that you can see the board. Okay, well, so the first one, listening for A. Okay, and for one, of course, I think you're not happy. It's not good. Yeah, I feel, I think you feel low energy. Why? The problem will be solved in the future. Don't worry. Of course you can. Of course you can. Are you thinking about the issue at work?
Yes, a bit.
No,
Because
don't.
I just received a message from my colleague, and she sent to me the problem
Ah,
is still happening
ah.
in other branches, because we have we have a lot of branches in over Vietnam. Yeah, and I just saw her message.
I know.
Okay,
Yeah, I know.
forget
I know how
forget
you,
it.
I know, I understand how you feel, but believe me, as I know you, you're a really strong woman. You can and you will solve this problem as soon as
Yeah,
possible. So don't think of it, okay? Everything will be okay. Just don't think of it,
yeah,
okay?
yeah. Thank you.
Okay, let's get started. Maggie Miller is the Business Transformation Director of Sainsbury's, one of the largest supermarket groups in the UK. Okay, just Business Transformation Director. Do you know actually what is her job? What is Business Transformation Director's job?
Yes, I can understand. I mean, business transformation director. It means the run news like a new uh, how to say transformation is mean change
Delivery.
change.
Delivery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
believe delivery, but I think it's about the change, right?
No, no, it's something else. Let me talk about this. Business transformation director. It means, for example, our company, a corporation is manufacturing a product, a good, and a person who is responsible for actually product, the way that product delivered to customers, the quality of delivery. This person is business transformation. It's about transport something, delivery of product. So it means business transformation director. Get it? So for example, this product should be actually delivered to some customers. I need to check, I need to control everything, I need to control the quality of everything. So actually everything is in my control as a business transformation director. Get it?
Hmm. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I was thinking about the word transformation.
Yeah, transformation. Okay, so what do you think about the meaning of transformation?
I think the meaning is the change from from A to
So,
B.
so you mean change. You mean change.
Yes.
Yeah, of course, I got it. I got it. But as I told you, when we want to translate something, we're not gonna translate it word by word. You may make mistake
Yeah.
when translating word by word. Just for example, there are some words. For example, you can see this phrase like business transformation manager. a director or manager. And of course, it's something like a person who is responsible for providing maybe the management across all transformation change project, ensuring all projects are delivered on time or and budget to, for example, the satisfaction of business, maybe stakeholders and our customers, something like this. It's all about maybe budget, delivery, something like this. Control the quality of the products that should be actually delivered to customers and something like this. Get it?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, very good. So, and now let's listen. First of all, let's check the keywords before I play the audio. So, and we have warehousing and delivery system, supermarket stores and retail outlets. So what's instruction? Listen to the first part of the interview and match these phrases to their meaning. Okay, so
Yeah.
try to understand, try to realize. Let me play the audio. Okay, 4A. For 1.
Unit 4. Change. Recording 4.1.
You've introduced some major business changes at Sainsbury's. Why was it necessary to change?
Well, in the year 2000, we had a new chief executive join the company. Peter Davis joined a company that had been very, very successful in the past, but had become rather complacent and had lost its business lead over its competitors. Peter analysed the situation and realised that we needed some major investments, firstly in our supply chain, that's our depots and logistics infrastructure. Secondly, in upgrading our stores, which were beginning to look very old and tired. And thirdly, we needed to support the business in developing some new capabilities for which we needed a very large investment in new IT systems. In fact, replacing all our IT systems over a period of 4 years. We reviewed the capabilities we had in our own IT team and realised we needed much greater depth and breadth of skills, and we needed to inject some world-leading best practice, and therefore decided to use a third party.
And what has happened since you introduced these changes?
Well, we haven't completely finished yet. I think it's fair to say we're 80 to 90% through the IT system change, but we still have a long way to go in changing all our business processes and all our ways of working and driving out the maximum benefits. We have already seen some major changes in attitudes as people see the barriers eliminated. In the past, the IT systems stopped people improving the way they did things. Now those barriers have been eliminated, and you find that many people feel released and able to embrace new ways of doing things. For some people, that's more difficult. But we have already delivered over £700 million in measurable benefits.
Okay, so supply chain. Okay, which one? A or B or C?
Supply chains mean A.
Very good. And why? Of course, it was correct, but how could you find, which maybe keywords?
No, I just know that.
Yeah, of course, you just know that. Okay, so we heard some word like depots, so this word, it means store. Warehouse, there are synonyms. So as I told you, we need to pay attention. We need to pay attention to the words maybe. So the first word that we heard means depot. Depot is the synonym of warehouse, means store. And Of course, we heard something about actually logistic something like this, base, and I heard logistic, that means delivery. Okay, let me write here.
Hmm.
Logistic, that means delivery. And I heard infrastructure. Structure, that means base. Something like base, okay, or maybe substructure. Infrastructure means substructure or base of something. So, or maybe foundation. Let me write foundation. So we heard three words related to the first one: warehousing, depots, stores, delivery system, logistic. Okay, so we could realize that the answer can be A. Now, part two, a third party means, and look, we have a third party here, means it means any phrase can have different meaning and different condition, maybe according and related to the sentences before and after it. So we need to pay attention to the role of this phrase in the sentence. So this part, a third party, means
I can guess, but because you said that, so I think I need listening one more time.
of course, yes, of course. Just try to do something that I say when you are listening, okay, to the audio track, any audio track. Just try to write some codes. Okay, what are these codes? They're keywords. For example, okay, I can say, I can hear delivery. Let's write DEL, okay? So I can combine these information in order to find my answer, okay? So
Okay.
let's listen again.
Unit 4. Change. Recording 4.1.
You've introduced some major business changes at Sainsbury's. Why was it necessary to change?
Well, in the year 2000, we had a new chief executive join the company. Peter Davis joined a company that had been very, very successful in the past, but had become rather complacent and had lost its business lead over its competitors. Peter analysed the situation and realised that we needed some major investments, firstly in our supply chain, that's our depots and logistics infrastructure. Secondly, in upgrading our stores, which were beginning to look very old and tired. And thirdly, we needed to support the business in developing some new capabilities for which we needed a very large investment in new IT systems. In fact, replacing all our IT systems over a period of 4 years. We reviewed the capabilities we had in our own IT team and realised we needed much greater depth and breadth of skills, and we needed to inject some world-leading best practice, and therefore decided to use a third party.
And what has happened since you introduced these changes?
Well, we haven't completely finished yet. I think it's fair to say we're 80 to 90% through the IT system change, but we still have a long way to go in changing all our business processes and all our ways of working and driving out the maximum benefits. We have already seen some major changes in attitudes as people see the barriers eliminated. In the past, the IT systems stopped people improving the way they did things. Now those barriers have been eliminated, and you find that many people feel released and able to embrace new ways of doing things. For some people, that's more difficult. But we have already delivered over £700 million in measurable benefits.
Okay, well, now number two.
Yeah, I just I just hear about IT system, new IT system and IT companies. So,
You heard.
uh,
So let me do something. Let me explain the meaning of third party, then
uh,
you guess.
I can guess right
Okay,
now
so
because I think I know about a third party.
great.
I just told you don't I didn't hear any words related to third party.
Okay, so
But
just
I
tell me
can
a
guess.
guess.
Yeah, third party is mean an external company.
That's it. Very good. And about actually something that you said just now, when you don't hear something related to the answer because you're looking for actually something maybe exactly the same as the question. Maybe, I wanna listen third party. But you can't. But you can't
Yeah.
because
I
of course,
know.
yeah, we don't have any conversation that mentions to or point directly.
Yeah.
Everything is about synonyms, definitions, just that you need to elicit, you need to get. Okay, so
Yeah.
what's a third party here means an external company, of course. As you know, third party has different meaning. For example, we have third party insurance, we have third party in law. Okay, so they have different meanings. For
Yeah.
example, in law, someone who is not one of the two main people involved in an agreement or maybe legal case, but who is affected by it or involved in it in some way. And so this means something like external person, that this is external company.
Oh.
Now, number three, people. Would you read and say which one?
People see the barriers eliminate means uh, that is harder for people to do things than it was before.
It's harder.
Uh, no, easier.
Of course,
Eliminate,
yeah.
eliminate, yeah,
Very
eliminate.
good. Of course, yes. That's it. And so it means people see the barrier is eliminated means that is easier for people to do things than it was before. Very good. Well,
Yes.
now we need to, of course, if you need, listening in and answer these questions. If you know the answers, we don't need to listen again. Number one, would you read and answer, please?
Uh, why did the new CEO uh, I heard the man says about invest. I don't know what invest. Invest. Why change? Why why?
Do you want to listen again?
Yeah, I think it's better if I listening again.
Okay, wait, now just before we listen, let's check again. Why did chef executive want to change things? And number two, in which three areas was new investments necessary? And do you know the meaning of investment?
Yes, I know.
Okay, very good. And what changes have there been in people's attitudes? And what evidence of benefits has there been so far? So far means until now. And evidence, benefits, so you need to do attitudes. There are keywords. Change, investment, necessary. You need to underline them. Okay, executive change. Now let's listen again and try to find the answers.
Unit 4. Change. Recording 4.1.
You've introduced some major business changes at Sainsbury's. Why was it necessary to change?
Well, in the year 2000, we had a new chief executive join the company. Peter Davis joined a company that had been very, very successful in the past, but had become rather complacent and had lost its business lead over its competitors. Peter analysed the situation and realised that we needed some major investments, firstly in our supply chain, that's our depots and logistics infrastructure. Secondly, in upgrading our stores, which were beginning to look very old and tired. And thirdly, we needed to support the business in developing some new capabilities for which we needed a very large investment in new IT systems. In fact, replacing all our IT systems over a period of 4 years. We reviewed the capabilities we had in our own IT team and realised we needed much greater depth and breadth of skills, and we needed to inject some world-leading best practice, and therefore decided to use a third party.
And what has happened since you introduced these changes?
Well, we haven't completely finished yet. I think it's fair to say we're 80 to 90% through the IT system change, but we still have a long way to go in changing all our business processes and all our ways of working and driving out the maximum benefits. We have already seen some major changes in attitudes as people see the barriers eliminated. In the past, the IT systems stopped people improving the way they did things. Now those barriers have been eliminated, and you find that many people feel released and able to embrace new ways of doing things. For some people, that's more difficult. But we have already delivered over £700 million in measurable benefits.
Well, okay, let's check the answers. Number 1, why did the new chef want to change things? Wow, what did you hear?
I heard that's about successful or
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah.
Successful and but
more competitive.
no, you heard this word, but you didn't know the meaning of this word because of this. You thought it was competitive, something like this. Complacent. Complacent means self-satisfied, pleased with oneself. I'm happy with myself. I'm proud of myself. I'm self-satisfied. This means complacent. So Sainsbury is successful, but, became self-satisfied. And so we need to change some things, okay? So this is excellent. You correctly. Number 2, 3 areas.
3 area. I heard about I heard about support and IT system and supply chain.
Yeah.
Supply chain is O and
Very good.
Supply
chain and IT system and
supply chain and IT system and capacity the last thing is like about employees, but
Okay, could you hear something related to, upgrading the stores? The stores actually are really old. They look very
oh
old,
yeah,
yeah, and need to be changed,
improve.
needs to be upgraded. Yeah, did you hear?
Yes,
Okay.
I uh, I, yeah, I
Yes,
heard.
you did. Okay, so the first one, supply chain. The second one, upgrading the stores because they look very old and tired. And number three, of course, as you said, IT or information technology. Okay, very good. The next question, what changes have there been in people's attitude?
Uh, uh, I heard that about capa capability. Improve
Capability?
improve
Capability.
capability. I heard that about the people as the employee realize the way realize the way
Released. You mean released. Okay,
release.
let me
Yeah,
write. I think you
release.
mean this word, feel released. I think, let me check, change the color.
But
I can't see
I,
what I'm
I
writing.
think Emily eh, she says about eliminate eliminate uh, easier for people.
Mhm. Yeah, of
Uh,
course. She said something like this. Uh,
I mean, they willing to change.
so,
Huh?
some people feel released. It means
Really?
they feel free to work. They feel free to work now, actually, in new ways. For example, I feel free to work in new ways in my actually maybe occupation. So some
Mm,
people feel released and they feel free to work in new ways, different ways. They want to try new. But
mm,
actually, some people have found this more difficult. So some people feel free, some people have
mm.
found this more difficult. Yeah? Do you agree?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
very
I
good.
agree.
And now let's talk about evidence of benefits. So, what is the evidence of benefits?
Mm, benefits. I heard that's about 300 million pound, and it gives more benefits. I don't know. I
I
heard about the money.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, you heard correctly. You heard, but the number I think it was maybe 700 million. I heard something like this, 700 million pounds, something like this. I don't know. And
Mm.
it was, maybe, and I heard, something like this, that, they need to actually reduce the cost and increase the benefits, and of course the number that was 7 million, yeah, of course, 700 million pounds. I heard something like this. You
Reduce the
didn't?
cost.
Yeah, did you?
Uh, reduce cost. Cost.
Hmm.
No.
Reduction of cost, of course, reduction of cost and increase the benefits.
Ah,
I
yeah. In increase benefits, I heard that, but
Yeah,
reduce
of
cost,
course, of course, of
I think
course.
I missing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Well, we have now we have the second part of actually the interview. What do the following numbers refers to? So first, pay attention to the numbers. Then we're going to match them to actually maybe the thing, maybe the part of speaking that the person mentions. Okay, so check them and let's listen to part two.
Okay.
Recording 4.2.
And which was the most successful change and why?
The whole program has been very, very successful. The things that have been easier have been those where the change was limited to one division or one function. But the one initiative that I'm proudest of, probably, is the change in all our point of sale systems, and that's the tills at the front of the stores. We have about 500 stores, each of which have up to 50 sales tills. And we embarked on a program to replace all those tills, their associated cabling, system software and infrastructure in a very short time period. And a lot of people said we couldn't do it. In fact, we changed those tills at a rate of 22 stores per week. And that involved replacing the hardware and the software and the technical environments for 14,000 sales tills. We had to retrain 100,000 people, and it involved the installation of 500 tons of equipment. That change happened very rapidly and for every store we made the change overnight, and we didn't have to delay the opening of any store on any day. That was a huge commitment and a huge achievement on the part of a very large number of people.
And what advice would you give to businesses planning change?
I think it would be to plan very carefully, and especially if there's a lot of computer system change, to recognize that the computer system change is a tiny piece of what's required. That there are three pieces you need to focus on. One has to do with people, their attitudes, the culture, and how they're rewarded. Another has to do with the business processes, how they have to change. And the third leg is the computer systems. It's important to focus on all three and plan very carefully. And I've heard someone from computer company HP say that in their change program, they put 4 times the amount of effort into the new way of working than the old, because by their very nature, people and companies will revert to the old ways of working if you don't put a quite disproportionate amount of effort into doing things the new way.
Well, okay. The first one, A, 14,000.
14,000 sales.
You heard something like this word, but you don't know the meaning. Sale till or sale tills. You heard something like this, yeah? And you don't know the meaning, yeah, of course. So what is sale till? Okay, of course you notice, you saw everywhere, but that is a counter or cash register where money is kept and where customers pay for what they have bought. For example, if I buy something, I go to this actually counter or cash register and pay cash, pay money, okay? And money is kept actually in this cash register or counter. This is sale till. Get it?
Yeah.
Let me show you. Okay, if you couldn't realize, I can send you a picture of it. Do you want to see?
Okay. I'm just thinking.
Okay, so let
So
me show you. Let me show you something. Okay, it's not bad. You have it. Okay, just wait a moment to. So the first one is about sail till. Okay, and the second one, you say the second one till I'm.
actually the first number I heard is 50, but at the beginning I I just focus on the number and I don't heard
So,
I didn't hear what's 50, but
okay,
it's
so
the number of they mention she mentioned before other number.
okay, so you think, okay. Of course. Do you want me to say or you want to listen again? Of course, it's your choice.
No,
So
no, not listen again.
So let me say,
No
I
need.
heard something like the maximum number of tills in one store. You know, I heard something
Oh,
like this, of course. So let
which
me,
store?
yeah, of course, in the store, you know, the maximum number of tills in one store. I
Oh,
heard something like this. So I could take a photo from this. So let me show you. And I think it's better to see it so that you won't get confused when hear this word. Okay, now we can see this is sail till.
okay, okay.
Okay, good. It wasn't a good picture, but it was at least we have it.
Yeah,
Okay, so number 3, 22.
22 store.
Mhm.
22 store.
Yeah, of course. Okay, what are stores? You know, stores in which they change the tills. Of course, the number of stores per week in which they change the tills. Okay, so this is 22. Of course, it was about stores. And the last one, 100,000.
100,000 people enrolled.
Very good. The number of people who actually had to be retrained. Very good. Excellent. And now the last question. Which 3 areas does Maggie say are important to focus on when planning change?
I heard about attitude and culture and
Yeah,
computer system.
people attitude, of course, people behavior, people manners or attitude, culture, very good. And
Uh, computer system.
very good. And did you hear any other thing?
And third party.
Yeah, of course, it was business process, I think, something like this. Did you hear? Business process?
Yeah, I heard about what is I mean the activity with between company with third party.
Very good.
I,
Okay, of
IT
course.
company.
Of course, very good. And this is a kind of business process. That's great, very good. Well, do you have any questions related to this listening? Something that you want to ask me? Was it clear or?
Yeah, it's clear now, but it's
Okay.
it's at the beginning I feel confusing. Yeah.
Well, at the beginning, I felt, I
Yeah.
felt something like or
Yeah.
got confused. But let
Yeah.
me say something about confusion. That is really important. Let me say something. Okay. Let me clean this part. This is maybe a part of grammar that you need to know. We have some type of adjectives. So we have ed adjectives and ing adjective. Okay, so for people For people, when we're going to talk about someone's feeling, emotion, we use ed adjective. What does it mean? I say, I got bored because the movie was boring. So boring is about ing adjective, is about actually something that happened to someone, okay? But ed adjective about someone's feeling. So you feel confused, you get confused, okay? Because the listening was confusing, okay?
Okay.
So ing, okay, so you can't use ing form of adjective for yourself to talk about your emotion, your feeling, okay? Get it?
About ed adjective about feeling, right?
Yeah, it's something related to people, okay?
People feeling.
Yeah, of course, and ing?
ing is ing is
The trait of a noun. For example, something, actually something like a cause, a reason. For example, when we say, oh, this, for example, sport is really exciting, but I am excited. So this is actually, ing adjective or describe the traits of noun, okay, or maybe pronoun. So actually something like cause or reason of something, but ed is about your feeling, your emotion. Okay, so when you want to talk about yourself, you need to use ed adjective, okay, not ing. Get it?
yeah.
Okay.
ed get it, but ing is for
It's for what?
feeling.
No, ing is not for feeling. Okay, as I told you, ed adjective is used to describe someone's feeling, emotion. Okay, but when you want to talk about maybe the characteristic traits of a noun, for example, movie is a noun. Okay, I want to say that the movie is exciting. Exciting is actually the characteristic of movie. So I say exciting. My work is boring, is demanding. Okay, the characteristic of your work job. Okay, so ing adjective is used to actually express the characteristic, the traits of a noun. Get it?
Okay, okay.
Very good. Well, now let me show you something else. Okay. We're going to talk about suffix and prefixes. Okay, what is just here? I'm going to talk about prefix and later I will talk about suffix. Okay, what is prefix? Prefix is a part of word that can be added to the beginning of another word to make a new word. Okay, for example, on. Friendly is an adjective. Unfriendly is negative adjective. So on is prefix, a part of word that can be added to the beginning of the word. It can be the adjective, maybe noun, verb, okay, to make a new one. And suffix is a part of word that actually is added to the end of another word to make a new one. For example, stressful. Full is suffix, okay? So we have two actually types of, there's suffixes and prefixes that are parts of word that are used in the beginning or the end of and are added to the beginning or the end of the word to make a new one. Okay, for example, we have different prefixes: on, under, try, sob. Okay, of course, this is the complete actually list of suffixes and prefixes, but in your book you only have a few of them, so we'll learn. Just I want to explain the definition of and the concept of suffix or prefix. Now we have actually, we're going to talk about prefix that actually part of the word that is added to the beginning of the word. Okay, for example, unfriendly, okay, or under, understand, or pre, for example, post, over, non, mono, okay, re, for example, return, turn, return, okay? So, or we have, for example, pre, a prefix, pre means before, okay? Post means after, postmodern, something like this, over, overlook. So they are different types of prefixes. Now, let me close this and show the book again. Just wait a moment. Okay, well, of course, if you ask me, for example, how can I learn them if actually there is any rule? No, I say no. You need to memorize, you need to learn them, you need to memorize the list and try to learn them. There is no rule that I teach you, just you need to just, memorize them. Okay, so you can have them, you can memorize them. Of course, some of them are really advanced, some of them are maybe intermediate, normal, so some of them are really basic, we normally heard. Okay, now we have some prefix, actually some columns down, D, up, re, okay, R-E. Now we're gonna make some new words using the words from the box and the prefixes, okay? First of all, let me ask you if you realize the meaning of prefix completely perfectly. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So let's guess. Of course, if you don't know, it's normal, it's okay, just try to guess. So, for example, down. Which one can be actually added to down, which word to make a new word?
Downstairs.
Downstairs, of course. Do we have downstairs? Do we have a stir here? No, we don't. We don't have. What is that? Okay.
Downside.
Down size. Very
Yeah.
good. Downsize, of course, make something smaller. Downsize. Yeah, very good. And another one, actually, we have a word upgrade. What is the opposite of upgrade?
Uh, upgrade. Upgrade.
Opposite of upgrade is,
Downgrade.
that's it, downgrade. Very good. It means to make something less important, maybe a job. When we
Yes.
downgrade a job, actually we make this job less important. Very good. We
Yes.
have D, for example, decentralized, and
The the oh, why example is centralized?
because we had in the in lesson, so we have, for example, decentralized, we have something like this, and we learn them, and so this is something like example just. And another word,
Delocated.
no, delocated, we don't have. We have relocated. We don't have delocated, we have relocated. So we have a word that is actually deregulate. Deregulate. What does it mean? When actually it's something like removing maybe some rules or controls from some types of a business. For example, there are some controls, maybe some rules, and we remove. Sometimes government maybe remove some rules and maybe some controls, okay, from some types of a business. This is deregulate. Get it?
Regulate. Okay.
Mhm. Of course. For example, some industries that have been deregulated. Deregulated, it means actually, to remove government rules or maybe controls from some types of business activities. This type of this industry, have been regulated. Okay, very good. Get it? No.
Okay.
Yes or no? That is important. If no,
I'm still thinking.
let's talk about it. Okay.
Okay, I will try to figure to find it out later. Okay.
So of course, for example, we can, deregulate oil prices. It means there are some, for example, about oil price, there are some rules about oil prices, okay? And now we remove some maybe rules, some controls from oil prices. It means to regulate. Get it?
Okay. Okay.
Very well. The next one, up. You know this. That is easy.
Yeah, upgrade.
That's it. Very good. And the last one,
relocated.
relocate. Excellent. Yeah, very good. Very good. And
restructure.
Yeah, of course.
Organize.
Yeah, of course. Means again, so we can use it. Well, many words. So reorganize, retrain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. And for example, we can re-regulate. What does it mean? Let me say something. Okay. You get confused about this regulate to regulate. For example, we can re-regulate.
Regulate, I know.
Of course, it means that before we deregulated, now we're gonna re-regulate it again. We want to fix, we want to actually, apply some rules and controls to this maybe industry or business. Get it?
Get it.
Very good.
Easy.
Yeah.
But regulate.
Okay, great. Well, so of course, I would talk about maybe negative, positive prefix and suffixes. Maybe it will be really easier than when you learn, okay, about negative or positive. Okay, well, we're gonna complete this part, but unfortunately, we don't have time to complete part B.
Yeah.
So just let me ask you, if you have any question or really or issues related to this part, do you have any questions, something that you want to ask me?
No.
Okay. May I ask you to actually complete the sentence part B at home and send me the answers to check?
Yeah, okay. I will complete it before next class. Yeah,
really? You did?
Yes.
That's great.
Yeah.
Send me, please.
I have 2 days.
Yeah, that's great. Very good. So would you send me to check the answers?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so let me stop recording because we don't need it anymore.